Hey everybody, this is Christian Brindle. Do you like stocks? Do you invest in the stock market, or have you ever wanted to start investing in the stock market? If you do, I can't blame you. It's actually a small passion of mine. When you own a stock, it's like owning a little tiny piece of ownership in a publicly traded company. In a lot of cases, multi-billion-dollar companies. A lot of times you're investing in companies that are worldwide companies, multi-billion, if not trillion-dollar companies like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, and I could go on. Owning a stock in that company actually makes you a small investor into that company. The stock market allows you access to be able to do that and to kind of grow your wealth over time as our economy grows and as, because of inflation and other reasons, the stocks appreciate in value over a long period of time. If you've ever wanted to get involved in the stock market today, I'm inviting you to actually get a head start on it. If you click on the link down below and sign up for a company called Robinhood. It's actually a mobile app that you can invest just from your smartphone. If you use my link down in the description today, you will get a free stock. You have a 1 in a 200 or about 250 chance in getting a blue chip stock, such as an Apple or a Microsoft. You get a free stock and I get a free stock. Let's invest together. Let's help each other out today. If you've ever wanted to get into the stock market, today is your lucky day. You don't even have to deposit any money to get this free stock. Down in the description, click on it, Robinhood app, get started, and get your free stock today. Thanks for watching. What's up, guys? Hey, this is Christian Brindle with Six Figure Medicare Agent. Hope this video finds you doing well. And today we're going to be talking about when should you actually start hiring your first employee. This is something that I struggled with as my business has grown over the years. Little secret for you, a little inside information for those of you who like to know. I didn't actually hire my first employee that specifically worked for me until last year, until 2019, believe it or not. So that means I was basically doing everything on my own from the time I started in 2014 up until last year. Now, for those of you who might know, most of you probably do know if you followed me before, I started working in my dad's office. I started working with my dad. My dad and I still work together. We're in the same office still, and he always had staff that worked here, and they would be able to help me from time to time, and I had that luxury of early on of having that assistance a little bit, if you will. Now, it got less and less the larger my business got, because the people that work for my dad are there to help my dad, right? And that's fine. He's the one that's paying them. That's the way that it should be. But I'd say 90+% of everything that would come up in my business, I would have to deal with it all on my own. It was last year, actually, and I don't mind saying his name because I'm not saying anything negative about him. I actually got on a private Zoom call with Christopher Westfall. Those of you might know, Chris runs the website MedicareAgentTraining.com, and he's a very prominent figure in the industry. And I signed up for his membership last year. I'm not on it anymore, but for his website, I signed up for it briefly, mainly to get the CSG quota. Because it was more cheaper to get it through his website than to pay for it on my own. Now I get it free through my FMO, so I didn't need the website anymore. But he was doing a thing at the time where he would do a little consultation for you for your business, kind of give you some advice. So I took him up on the offer on that. Now Chris and I had knew each other a little bit before that. We had exchanged messages here and there, so he was aware of who I was, and we had interactions in the past. Now, we've had our back and forth, right? I mean, we've had on again, off again, communication. And I don't know exactly where he stands on that. No clue whatsoever, actually. I don't think anyone does. But essentially, I got to give him credit and give him a shout out for this, because he gave me a very good piece of advice. At that point, I was at a place in my business where I was doing really well. I'd been making six figures for several years. This was last year. And I told him I'm having trouble breaking through because of all the customer service and everything else. And he said, there's no way around it. There's no way you can get past this until you hire your first employee. So I took him up on it, and now we're looking at bringing on more employees in the next 6 months, maybe 1 or 2 more that specifically work for me. And we have other people in our office, and we all kind of work together, but now I have a specific person that's in the office that works for me and that helps me. And it's been huge for my business. This has been the best and most profitable year I have ever had because of this, because I've had basically help. And so I waited too long to hire my first employee, point blank. I waited far too long. I'd already made a 6-figure income for several years. I'd done really well in the business, but I did not bring on my first person, like I said, until last year. So when should you bring on your first employee? Well, I would say a lot of it depends on your situation. So if you're working from home and you're looking to scale and kind of get out of that situation, let's say there's an X factor there, right? You have to determine if you want to get an office or continue working from home. Most of the time when people start to scale their business, they want to move out of their house and be able to get an actual office space. So the first thing you have to figure out is what's more important right off the bat, office space or an employee? And I think they both solve different problems. I think having a place to meet with people is very important. And if you have an employee without an office space, where are they going to work? Are they going to work from home? Will you be able to kind of keep up on if they're actually working, if they're working from home? So there's a lot of X factors here. I would say if, depending on your living expenses, depending on your lifestyle, I believe that if I could go back and do it again, I think I would have gotten an employee far sooner than I did. I think if you're making $90,000 to $100,000 a year as a Medicare agent in this business, I believe at that point you should hire your first employee, even if it's on a part-time basis, if you can manage to afford it. Now, one thing that Chris told me, and I got to give him a shout out for this because he's the one that really pushed me over the edge and kind of gave me the confidence to be able to kind of move forward with it. And I'm so glad that I took his advice. We've had a back and forth relationship a little bit, but I got to give him credit where credit is due, and it helped my business out dramatically. That hour phone call that we had, that Zoom call, if you will. You're gonna feel it. This is what he told me. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel the pinch a little bit financially, but you'll never look back. You'll never go backwards, and that's exactly the way it's been for us and my organization. I would say if you can afford it at $80,000, even, your business will grow much faster, the faster you're able to bring on an employee. Now, that being said, I think if you're making under that, I don't think you need to be spending money on an employee yet. Your business isn't big enough, doesn't require as much upkeep if you're doing it correctly, and I do believe that your money is better spent at that point in investing into your business, investing into leads, investing into marketing, investing into different kind of things that you can use to kind of expand your business. But once you kind of get to that $90,000 to $100,000 a year threshold, I believe that it's imperative that you bring on your first employee. There's never been an agent that grew to build a gigantic agency that was a one-man band. There's been agents that have done very well. There's been agents that have made 6 figures. If that's your goal and that's the only goal you have, then so be it. But if you want to build a gigantic agency, a huge agency, you want to reach your full potential, you can't do it alone. You can't be a one-man band. Take the courage, take the plunge. You'll be better off for it if you're kind of on that borderline threshold and you feel like you need help. Hire somebody. Hire some help. You'll get more done faster, more efficiently, and you can focus on what you're really good at, and that's growing your business. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe give you a little insight on kind of where I was at when I was dealing with this and how recently it might have been for you. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know about it. Drop a comment on the comment section, drop a like on the video, and subscribe for future 6-figure Medicare agent content. Have a great day.